Well, welcome everybody, and this is it. It's Jurassic World Evolution 3, hot off the presses. So, I've had a little go on it. Been through some of the campaign, and had a look at the sandbox. But obviously, Sandbox is my main aim for this game. That's what I like to do. I like to build parks. So, that being said, the campaign's quite good, actually, and it does a really good job of explaining, what's the main mechanics of the game. And now, I've obviously played Jurassic World Evolution and its second iteration, 2. This being 3. So there is a lot of similarities especially between 2 and 3. And some have commented that they've not been too happy with the changes, as it's not really affected them or given a lot of benefit. But I sort of have to disagree on that fact. I think this Evolution 3 has really made a complete game, we'll say. Now, you can say rightfully or wrongly, they could have done this as a DLC and kept it as, Evolution 2. But at the end of the day, I don't think so. They've changed the whole engine. Graphics are much, sweeter. The game itself, to me, feels more complete, if that makes any sense. And it also has a lot of new stuff. The main sort of like from a dinosaur perspective, it's got dino babies. I mean, yeah, there you go. I mean, that every variation of dinosaur has a relatively dinosaur baby, which will actually grow to adulthood eventually. So there is proper sort of growth in the game now, where your dinosaurs can actually multiply themselves. So that's a big change. One of the other big changes is a lot of it is on the tools that they give. I mean, you'll see in this shot from the main screen, which is, by the way, a really nice main screen, and it's not a static picture. As you can see, those dinosaurs are moving, but it's got waterfalls. So that's what you're seeing in the background there is, hey, what you can do. You can actually make your own waterfalls in this game. So that's a big plus. But also the tools, they've got modular buildings now, where you can actually build your own sort of buildings from scratch, and you can make them either solid, as in where people and animals can't walk through them, or virtual in a way where they can walk through them. So that opens up a lot of detailing options for those who like that sort of thing, and personally I do. And I guess the building and the modular size, it sort of equates quite a bit to like the Planet Coaster 2, which I enjoy, and a little bit of Planet Zoo as well. So it's like, and the maps are fantastic. There is some lackings, I think, that they could have done a little better. I don't think the whole guest experience has been, tuned or added to, so I think that's pretty much the same thing. There's no bridges. You can't raise your paths, so you're not able to leap over ridges and things like that. So that's a bit of a disappointment. But it's got the usual stuff like monorail, which in Sandbox at least can bridge across an island. But it's also got new in this as well. It's got balloons, and there's a few other things as well. There's a pretty good area where we can get like a petting zoo, which has it's like a small gate, well, with a gap underneath that the smaller dinosaurs can walk through and actually mingle with the general public. So I think it's got a lot more completion when it comes down to the sim. It's not a heavy sim. I mean, this isn't a heavy sim. If you're here looking for a heavy sim, you're not going to find it. But it's got more options when it comes to designing. It's got more options when it comes to making your parks sparkle at the end of the day. The dinosaurs look great. There's a lot more Geno stuff you can do. You can choose now between male and female, which is another bonus as well. And obviously you can put in nests, which is what you see at the bottom right hand of the screen with the eggs. So we can put them into enclosures as well to help along the breeding process. So yeah, I think this is going to be basically a great overall game. Now, there is less when it comes down to dinosaurs, and Frontier have promised that the dinosaurs in the other two games will appear in this game as well for free, so we'll not be forced to pay for them. They've just not, I guess it's probably down to the fact that each dinosaur comes with a baby sort of representative as well. So it's not just bringing those dinosaurs in; it's building the child-sized side of it as well. So I'm guessing that's the reason. But they're saying over time they will introduce those legacy dinosaurs, we'll say, as we go further down the line. No doubt there will be DLC. It's Frontier after all. They're going to give us, they're going to try and get as much money out as they can. But that's a way of keeping the game alive, in a way. I mean, that's what we've come to expect these days. And Frontier definitely sort of like leaders when it comes to that. Started to do it in Elite Dangerous now. Obviously, they've done it in the others in the past for the Planet Coaster, and Planet Zoo is a great example. But Planet Zoo is probably one of the best games out there. I think it deserves a Planet Zoo 2, which I'm sure at some point we'll see. But definitely Jurassic World Evolution. I think this 3, I think if you've not bought the game or never played the game, then this game is for you because it's the complete experience. If you've already got 2, then there's a potential that, it depends what you're in here for. If you're here for the dinosaur bit and you're not bothered about the baby side, then perhaps it may not be worth that leap. But obviously, if you want the building stuff, if you want the enhanced land terrain tool, be able to get waterfalls in there, and you also want the babies and the option for obviously the for the mating and to get the dinosaurs to breed, then well, you're going to have to make that hop, I'm afraid, folks. I mean, you don't need to go for the deluxe pack. I mean, the deluxe pack, which is what I got in for this, but it just gives you some skins from the Badlands pack. It's not, and a few more dinosaurs. I think there's not a lot in it, to be fair. So you could just get the standard one, which is probably about £30-40. I'm not sure what it is in dollars. So I'm not sure if the deluxe or digital or whatever it is, the deluxe version, I'm not sure that's worth the 60, but it is what it is. But I will say it has come rather optimized. I've had no problem. We've had one patch. Don't know what that patch was. Only very small. But to be honest, before that patch, never had a problem. No crashes. So it seems to be pretty stable right now. So let's jump into it to give you a quick look round. So obviously you've got your main screen here. where you continue where you left off when you last played, or you can load a game, or you can hit the campaign, which is effectively the tutorial, which is really good. Then there's these challenge maps, which is, if you're familiar with the other games earlier, these are the same sort of thing. So you got various bits of challenge maps that you can go in, which has a particular goal to win. Sandbox, and this is where it does get more interesting and a little more new. Obviously, they've got all the campaign here. This is the difference between JWE2 and this one is that in Sandbox, everything is open, where in 2 you had to play. It was forced you to play through the story before it would open up for you. In this case, it doesn't. However, it does have these 3 question marks, but we can press it and we can unlock it early. Even though I haven't got to it yet. I've not done it personally because I don't need to. But so it keeps it sort of masked. Then eventually, when I do go through these, but then we've got obviously the legacy sort of stuff as well. But this is probably one of the main, positives for this game, and there's this island generator. So usual sort of stuff on this. You can have it creative, standard. So leave it on creative for now. You can choose what you want to do for you can set whatever you need. Enter the generator. And basically what this does, it gives you an island, and depending on some sort of like variables you change, it will change the island to suit. So let me show you. So here we've got, so you can swap the camera if you want to stop it thing. You just press G and it will give you a normal camera, and press G again to give you back on the cinematic camera. But the cinematic is fine for us. So this is where all the stuff comes in. So if you want to just look at what the next generation, it'll just wipe across. You think, there's a bit too much water there, so let's take some of that shape off. So if we go to the left, it makes more of an island, so you get less gaps in there. And then if we take it all the way to the right, it will give you more gaps in there. And then if we put it back into half and half, now trees again, same thing. If you take trees all the way off, all the trees disappear, or you can put it all the way on and you get shed load. Again, I think that's personal preference. And just the same thing again for water. You can take all the water out. The water, by the way, is not this big water, see? It's the actual pools they put onto the land. And then if we do put the most on, it just gives you a couple of fingers there. So again, you can add these anyway after. And then mountains, you can actually reduce the mountains to practically nothing. And then, or you can just take it up where it's practically Mountain City. And then once you decided what you want, you can just keep going, next island, and then take the shape down a bit. I would prefer a bit more land. That's an interesting one. That's a very interesting one. So let's have a look at this one. So, nice. So yeah. So we've got a land generator. So that is the island generator, sorry. That is definitely a plus with this game. All right, guys, we've enough talking now, so let's go and let's check out a sandbox. I'm going to go into Hawaii, and we're not going to do a creative. I'm going to do a standard, and this will give us like some sort of review really of you know how the game runs. To be honest, I'm going to have it pretty much everything manual. So I'll have it on normal disease, I think. Egg failures, well, I have no egg failures, I think. Give us a bit of a break. Normal disease, I think that's okay. Yep, we'll have injuries on. No, we're going to allow them, we've got to feed them. We'll have a normal lifespan so they can die off. You can have it unlimited though. I think I'll leave it unlimited actually, and they don't die of age. Yeah, we'll have them to be able to mature. Don't want to keep the babies forever. We'll have the status checked on. We'll not have unlimited feeder reserves. So social requirements, we'll keep that as on. So danger to guess, obviously on. Normal escapes, we'll keep that as is, because we'll see what happens. We'll keep that as off, I think. Intelligence, so it should aggression, all dinosaurs. Comfort, we'll want to do comfort on these guys. That is normal. The rest seems to be pretty much okay, I think. So send summon, not really going to be doing a lot of that in this, so I'll just leave that as default. We'll leave that as disabled, I think. Negative genes. Aggressive animals, yes, we'll have that. Or should we have that? Yeah, we'll have that. Infinite gene modification points, no, we'll not have it anything that's infinite, I don't think. So same for that. Unlimited traits, we'll keep that disabled. Normal cohabitation, so that'll be as you see it in game. And normal breeding, so they'll just yeah, that should work. Let's check with gameplay. So we're going to leave contracts on, narrative events on, scientists on, unrest. I'm not sure bothered about unrest. I think I might have this off because I'm not sure I could be bothered about, you know, people coming and doing sabotage. Infinite candidate refreshes. I like to have that on so I can always see what's out there. And if I've got rubbish scientists, then I want to refresh it. Yes, we'll have expeditions on. And dinosaur marketplace, yes. Research on and take time. So unlimited power, we'll take that off. So we'll have to put power in. We'll have to fuel up the fuel. No invisible vehicles. So sabotage, I'm going to take off. Instant construction destruction, that's just will something build straight away. Normally I leave that to on. Then things will instantly build. Yep, we'll have the maintenance wear and tear on. Cash, I'm not going to have it on unlimited. You can have it at 0. But I'm going to keep it on high, which will give me a good start, but it means that I'll still need to earn money. The rest will keep as standard. Weather level, let's put it to, what should we have? Calm. No weather. Frequent storms. I think we'll have it on calm. Day-night cycle, yes. We'll have it as a day-night cycle. Might give us a bit longer though, I think. We'll have it an hour. Terrain is normal. And then color grading, yeah, it should be fine. Let's just start the game. We'll take it from there. So what I'm hoping in this, it'll give us all, you know, I've been through a lot of this, so I can show you what I've learned up to now in the new game. And then we'll take the journey together. So this might go over, well, this will go over a few videos. If you're interested and this is something you like, give me a like and subscribe. let me know that you guys want to see it. But this is it. I love this map, by the way. This map is really cool. Well, this is what you start off with. It's like I say, we're in Hawaii. Love the actual default vanilla landscape you get. Lots of few waterfalls here and there. Lots of mountains surrounding us. It's not huge, but it's big enough for what we want to do. It is one of the bigger maps, I think. So what I'm thinking is this area here will be our staging area. So I'm going to start. This isn't going to be a pretty park because, you know, we're going to be starting with nothing. I'm literally going to have to go in and on an expedition to find a dinosaur. So yeah, I think we'll just probably put my visitor center, arrival center, sorry, in this area, and we'll just build around this area. I think in the center here we'll have some sort of starter thing, and I'm just wondering on this. I think what I'll do, I'll just put a ramp up here, so we'll be able to look first. Let's go straight into our environmental. So I'm going to use this. There's a fixed ramp and a dynamic ramp. I'm going to do a dynamic ramp. So I want it quite high up. So I mean quite wide. Let's put my contour lines as on. So I want to start here at the ground source. So you just click where you want to start it and then where you want it to end. So I want to roughly get this to the top, and it should flatten to the most top. So there you go, that should work. So we got an instant ramp there. So this is why I like this tool. It gives you much more choice, but I think there might be an option here, you know, of putting a little bit of a waterfall in here. Let's take this down a bit and smooth the edges out so it's not as harsh. So let's just give it a bit of a smoothing around the edges and probably a bit at the bottom there, and then just a little bit at the top just to get that join in. Too many trees at the top here, so it might be worthwhile just to delist some of these trees. So let's see if we can go back in to here. So go to trees, we go on to this remove, and let's just give us a bit of a path. We can always put these back in. Initially, what I want to do, like I said, is this area down here is going to be my main stage once we get like. So I think at the top here we'll just have all sort of vegisaurs, we'll say, and our carnivores will be at the bottom. So I'm just going to put in a little bit of water here, and I think I should be able to pull it in here, and it's not giving me a waterfall. So am I too high? It might be too high. Oh, then again, like my slope. Your slope has got to be right up to the top. There you go. So as soon as you get your slope up to the top, it brings it in. So that is, let's just touch it up a little bit. There you go, that's much better. So it gives you little touches here. I mean, beautiful. It looks a little bit man-made right now, so let's see what we can do to fix that a bit. Give this a bit of a lighter touch, just so it's not all deep. Oh, beautiful. Shall we, let's paint this up a bit. So let's give it a bit of darkness here. So, a cliff. Oh yeah, that's better. Much better. It's more of a mountainside now. Nice. It is cool how we could just add the waterfalls in. So we can put the rocks in as well, so let's see what else we've got here. Boulder. See what that gives us. So that's putting the boulders back there. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, not keen on that in the centre though, but let's just see if I can just have a little bit more there. Not giving me anything in the middle and that bit there. Oh, not too keen on that little bit there, so let's just see if I can just... That's it. Perfect. That should work. Just flatten this a little bit more, smooth it out a bit more, gives us some of them natural rocks back again. Whoops. Right, smooth that out a bit too much, so let's take this back out again. There we go. It's a little bit awkward because I'm right next to the edge of the map. But that looks better, actually. Much better. Right, so what have we got here? Sand, boulders, green flatland, swamp, bog, marsh. Let's go and get some boulder waters, or what have we got here? Right, let's see if that, yeah, that brings it in there. Nice one. Put some things again in the centre there, which I didn't want to do. Let me just get these rocks. So if we can put, let's pick a decent rock. So I think, let's see if this colour, not too light. There you go, that's the right colour. So here I can press F once I get it into roughly the right position. So press F. That puts us into our advanced move. So now we can adjust this. So we'll turn it around that way. I'm just pressing F just to cycle the different modes. And yeah, that works. Just duplicate it, so this will be the second one. And then same there. I'm losing it a bit on the bottom, so let's just spin it round a little bit. There you go. Yeah, it looks a bit messy now, doesn't it? I could probably sort of make this a little bit more of the time. For now, let me just see if I can wipe these away. So see if I can just get the radius down to a little bit and then just get, that's it, perfect. Yep, that'll do for now. Little waterfall. Right, that will do us. So we will go down here. We'll probably have some of the bigger, more finger dinosaurs down there. But for now, we're going to concentrate on this area. So I need to find out where am I best putting my arrival center. So I'm thinking about here. So we go into operations. So I will need a staff center, but I need to get that researched. Definitely need Thursday arrival points. So there's a couple of variants here.
There's nothing more satisfying than taking something off the to-do list.
Let's
But to get
choose
there,
park
you
rating, I
need
think.
something on it first. I can help with that.
Yeah, let's choose park rating. So let's go back up to operations. Let's see what's in these arrival points. So there's a few different options. So we've got this one here, this one here. Not too bad, actually. That will just fit in right there. Perfect. So that's where our visitors are going to arrive into. So then we got that done. We need, what's the next one? Probably need a control center. And that will give us, or I could use the visitor center actually, because that's the same deal. So just need something to get that's the expedition and science center. So I need a control center or a visitor center, one or the other. Oh, I think I might go for the visitor center, you know. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? So if I marry this up next to our arrival center, should be about my paths might be a little bit thingy there, so let's put it on. You don't get the exact twist you want on it, but that should be all right for now. Looks good. Just not too happy with how it's placed, so let's just get it a bit better. So I'll go into advanced mode. Just have a little bit. A shame I can't get this actually further down. It's on a bit of a hillside, but yeah, it should work, I think. Just a slight hit shift for that minute turn. Right, I think that will be all right. We might change these about later on. Make it look a bit nicer up top here, but right now I think we just got to get things rolling, because obviously we're going to have no dinosaurs or anything like that until we get some scientists in. So what do I need now? So I need a science and an expedition. So expedition, let's use that one or that one. Kind of like that one, really. Let's do these guys over here. Yeah, that looks all right. Let's just move it a bit, actually. I don't know whether they should go over here. What about there? So I think on the other side I'll have the maintenance crew and the rangers, I think. So science center, we might as well keep on this main freeway here type of thing. So So let's just put this next to this here. Like I said, I might swap this around once we get a bit more established and we've got the bottom park well on its way. Need some power for these things as well. So let's see where we stand. So maintenance facility, I want to keep away from that area, but just next to it. So I think if I tuck it into these trees here, that should work. And I'm going to need now a ranger response facility. And I think that can go next to this one. So I'm not sure which direction though. Should I put it here? Or should I swing it around? Or perhaps if I twist it a bit. Whoa. That fits a bit like a jigsaw though. That's just about right. So they're quite close to each other. That's good. And what else is there? So I've got response. I need maintenance, so I'm gonna attach a maintenance to these. So it's a bit awkward actually. So obviously it needs these capturing. So if I put one sort of here to capture these, and anything I put up here. And then if we put one in this area, that's 2. 2 covered. So we can add a maintenance team to that one. So we've got 2 teams right now. So let's put this one for team 2. Park rating's not started yet, obviously. And we've got this ticking down, so I'm just going to pause it right now because I should have done that at the beginning. I should have paused it and got the thingy down. So we need to I've only got one width, so it's just a small standard. We need to get these down, and then we need to give the visitors something to come and visit. So I might put in a visitor center as well. That can go there like so. Now, if I go across from here, should be able to join this now. This tool is really, really handy. Okay, we can join that to there. And then finally that to here. Now it'll still show not connected until I've actually connected it to the arrival center. So I'm wondering now, let's put the infrastructure in here. Allow you going straight down the middle. Boulevard if you like. And eventually this will all head down in this direction. So let's hit shift and put a bit of a curve on it. And it will come down our little incline there at some point. So now let's feed this straight across, I think. Perfect. Leave that for now. Let's get the paths in here. So our visitors will visit all of these. Or at least the graphics show it anyway. I don't know if it counts for the algorithm. It might not. So this is not really an entrance, but it might look better with an entrance. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. Yeah, I'm not convinced. It's quite an incline, that too, isn't it? Let's just leave it at that. Just join those two paths up and bring this one in here. And this one, join this path here. Excellent. So let's look at power. So try and capture as much as we can. Obviously, I'm gonna research into the power. I think that should work though. Yeah, looks like it does. And let's put another one to power up these two here. Excellent. I think that's our infrastructure in. So is there anything else? There's a medical facility. We don't really need that yet. Ooh, so we've got not a visitor centre, an innovation centre. That's what we need. So that'll give some reason for somebody to come visit us. So how do I want to play this? So become at a bit of an angle, I think. Just give it a slight twist so it just lines up well with that little pond at the back. I'm not sure if you do with just tugging down a little bit. Yeah, that should work, I think. Nope, looks like that needs some power as well. Let's see if we can get some paths around it. So I'll make this where it's pretty much in line. Yeah, let's just finish these paths off. Should work. Let me click that off then. Yeah, just got a bit too far on that one, so... Oh, perfect. And another one. This one join all right, yep. And then this one. And then last but not least. Right, perfect. Well, it's not perfect, but you know what I mean. I'll probably read the landscape this area once we start to build out the bottom. But for now, this will work for us as we build up our research, try and get the majority of the stuff excuse me, I can't speak. Oh, let me just check this. What if we just put in this in here? I need another charge point, so let's just move this and just see if it will capture all three. I think it will, you know. Try. if that would capture it there. Okay. I think that's everything. Right, so let's see where we stand now. Not that one. I want to put in some sort of activity center. Could put one of those in as well. Attracts more. I might try one of these too, you know. This gives us something else to actually go for. Which variant should we go for? This will help me pull in some visitors while we're not going to want to get dinosaurs in straight away. At least we can open our park. Okay, if I go put it in around here. Excellent. No, perhaps not. Let's see if I can put it a bit further up. Straight out of the visitor center, and we'll have the activity center right here. Okay. Let's get a path on it. I think we'll be good to actually bring our guests in, so let's just fill up what we can. So we've got a restroom, so we'll get some amenities down. We'll get a restroom, bit of food, bit of water or drinks, and a gift shop. If you've not played this game before, these are the main buildings that you need to build right at the beginning. So what else have we got up here? We've got emergency shelter as well. What happens if there's any storms that come, or there's any dinosaur escapes, and it keeps our rating up there as well. So we need at least one of these in, but we should have good coverage either way. So where should this go? What if I just put this at the end? Let's have it a bit in here somewhere, I think. Let's see if that'll go there. Looks all right. So, smaller hotel. I might actually give us some. I mean, we started with quite a bit of money, so you can make these more challenging as you go along, or you can just do this completely creative, and we can concentrate on making a more pleasant or more, you know, a better park from the get-go. But right now, we just need the basics in because we don't have anything. So will that work about there? If I just fine-tune the thingy on that, does that look about right? Doesn't quite like it there. It's just not sitting straight for some reason. Let's look a bit forward. Right, let's get it a bit straighter. That should work there. There's a hotel there, nice. And that will look behind it where we're going to have our first enclosure. So what else we gonna do? Little shopping area, so a little retail park. Well, let's get this in here. And food one right next door. You're gonna be awkward. There we go. I think all we need now is this one. Let's have this a different design. We should always share it. Actually, let's stick this one up here. Bring that all together. So what are we going to have here? Let's just delete that from there. Delete that from there. Just going to put them a little bit further down, I think. So let's have it the same sort of type. I quite like this hutch bit. This straw building. Yeah, that looks much better. So what are we going to have this as? Let's just move it a little bit of a touch. So needs to be a little bit aware. Why is that not thinking about what's stopping it? Let's delete it completely. Let's just smooth this out a little bit. I think we've got a little bit too harsh on our terrain. Right, let's see if that will make this a little bit a little better. So what was that? I put drink there, so I need a food one and a shopping. So let's bring it back to our blueprint we're going to be using. That looks all right. And we just now need a shopping, so that will go right next door. There you go. That looks pretty cool. I think we can kick it off. Right, let's kick it off. So, park is open, so we're now going to bring in our first visitors. We're probably not going to do too much more now, so should be enough to start to bring in some visitors, though. We do have some things they can come and see, even though there's no dinosaurs yet. So research is available. Nice one. Okay, what we got here? So popularity. So we've got an option here, so I can either don't relax security, or well, guest count increased. So let's do on that. That should help me out, I think. So let's get these tuned in now.
Our hard work in the background means that the dinosaurs get to be center stage. And that was some hard work right there.
And we've completed our first contract as well. So let's fine tune these. Now we got some. So we look at these to move these sliders down so we make everybody happy. Now we're not going to make everybody happy probably in the first one, so we've got to go for majority. So what will that give us? That looks like, I'm sure there was one there with 3. Was there one with 3? No, I think it was 2. So am I going to get the third one and the fourth one, or just the third? Just the third, it looks like. So let's pick one of these, which is the majority, I think. There we go. So we're not going to get complete 100% here, which, to be honest, I don't think you rarely do at the beginning. We'll swap these out to medium quite soon. So we've got 3 on that one. So let's see if we can change the product a little bit.
Getting refueled.
Yeah, I think I need these top 3 ideally. So let's choose that one, I think. And then last but not least, let's do this one, which is for drinks. Let's see which one to use. So I like to get the green and white potentially, but let's try that one, see if that gives us a better start. Okay, let's choose that one or that one. Well, let's go and get that one first, and then okay, it looks like go for the bottom 3 there, or a bit of a mixture. What about that there? Yeah, that'll work. Right, these are just fine-tuned for now. We're probably going to not do much more in this episode. Might as well just get this traction right. So is this going to give me anything more? What are we going to have? Should we have this as... It's currently a lab tour. I might keep it as a lab tour, actually. No, we'll go that fossil zone, and then that gives all 4 something to go for. Right, I think we'll call it a day there, folks. Obviously, we got the park rating. We definitely got a lot of work to do. Next episode, we'll bring in our first dinosaur.